Welcome to Business 360, reaching you from the beautiful hills of Ibiakuren. Here on Business 360, we talk about everything business. We are testing Business 360 today with this report about Canadian dollar, the Canada economic. The Canadian dollar surges amid hawkish stance of the Bank of Canada. The Bank of Canada interest rate hike has strengthened the Canadian dollar against the US greenback to trade at 79.11 US cents, indicative of 1.60% within a month. Canada's currency has currently gained 0.11% within 24 hours against the dollar, making the loaner the only G10 currency to keep pace with the US dollar. The Canadian dollar is expected to maintain this pace on the back of high commodity prices, which bolster Canada's economic outlook. The Bank of Canada hiked its benchmark interest rate to 1.5%, signaling that there will be more hikes in the future as it attempts to forcefully rein in excessive inflation, which continues to climb internationally and in Canada, owing mostly to higher energy and food prices. In April, the CPI inflation in Canada hit 6.8%, significantly over the bank prediction, and is expected to rise further in the near term before the beginning of the drop. The hike brings the bank's rate within a quarter of a point of the 1.7% level it has been at before the pandemic, and the bank made it clear in its statements that several more rate increases are planned. Nonetheless, as price of oil, which is one of Canada's main exports, has risen by more than 50% since the beginning of the year due to supply disruptions caused by Western sanctions against Russia. Our next report is on Japan passing the stable cryptocurrency bill. The Northeast Asian country, Japan, becomes one of the first major economies to introduce a legal framework surrounding stable coin. This comes at a time when there have been pertinent questions asked about the ranking of many of these in existence. As a result of the fallout of the Terra blockchain program stablecoin, USD, that lost its peg to the US dollars. Well, Japanese lawmakers passed a bill that clarified the legal status of stablecoins, defining them essentially as digital money. According to the new law, stablecoins must be linked to the yen or another legal tender and guarantee holders to the right to redeem them at face value. The legal definition effectively means stable coins can only be issued by licensed banks, registered money transfer agents, and trust companies. The legislation doesn't address existing assets-backed stablecoin from overseas issuers like the Tether and their algorithm program counterparts. The new bill passed will suggest that Japanese crypto exchanges will not be able to list licensed and approved stablecoins on their platform before now. Crypto exchanges in Japanese does not list stablecoin. Well, let's look at bilateral relationships and investments. Angola wants a strategic partnership with Brazil to prioritize agro-industry and military security. Brazil, which is the first country in the world to recognize Angola's independence, signed the cooperation agreement on family farming, development in irrigation areas, and others. Brazilian Foreign Affairs Minister Carlos Alberto Franco Franca, who is an economist, believes that the visit of the head of Brazil's diplomacy comes at a time when the country's investment in Angola is almost non-existent. Carlos Alberto while speaking on the opportunities that the crisis in Europe can generate in the partnership between the two countries, said, "The grain productivity in Brazil is far superior than that of the other countries such as the United States, for example, and Brazil can grow together with Africa and start to apply the conditions that allow Brazil to expand agricultural production." Well, according to a Brazilian entrepreneur who has been settled in Brazil for more than 30 years, Angola, she said, Angola should open its borders more to new Brazilian entrepreneurs who want to invest in different sectors. Anna Alexander, who has already trained more than 300 young people in the confectionery business in Luanda, has 40 national employees and is satisfied with the opportunity she has found in Angola. Still talking about bilateral relationships, Nigeria has approved the pipeline project to Morocco. Africa's gas reserves have come under increasing scrutiny since the beginning of Russia's invasion on Ukraine, as the European Union seeks alternatives to its gas supplies from Russia. 4 years ago, Morocco's King Mohammed VI and Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari agreed on a mega project to transport gas along the Atlantic coast over 3,000 kilometers. This is an agreement between the two countries which was signed in 2016. Well, right now, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Timothy Silva, has announced that the federal government has given its approval for the NNPC to enter into an agreement with the Economic Community of West African States for the construction of this gas pipeline. Let's hear him speak.
For the Nigeria Oil and Gas Park in Ogbeya, Bayelsa State, in the sum of 3.8 billion naira. This park is to support local manufacturing of components. An MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding with ECOWAS for the construction of the Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline. This pipeline is to take gas to 15 West African countries and to Morocco, and through Morocco to Spain and Europe. Council also approved the construction of a switchgear room and installation of power distribution cables and equipment for the Nigeria Oil and Gas Park in Ogbeya, Bayelsa State in the sum of 3.8 billion naira. This park is to support local manufacturing of components for the oil and gas industry.
Well, at this point, we'll go for a break. When we return, we'll look at the business outlook in Nigeria, the cryptocurrency market, and of course, the stock market report. Stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. Now let's look at businesses in Nigeria. At its weekly meeting, the Federal Executive Council, the FEC, has received a report about Nigeria's 3.1% economic growth in the first quarter of 2022, compared to a growth of 0.5% in the corresponding period of 2021. Well, Zainab Ahmed, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, who made the declaration at the end of the meeting, presided by Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, said the growth shows a gradual economic stability from the recession that was witnessed in 2020. Let's hear her speak.
That we witnessed in 2020, and also shows it shows the sixth quarter of positive growth that the Nigerian economy has presented. Even though there has been growth in some sectors, there are significant contraction in others, but the net effect is a positive growth. We're very mindful of the fact that unless we have most of the sectors growing, especially the growth in the jobs impacting sectors, that this growth that is positive will not be directly felt by the people. To set up a special effort to look at the sectors that are not growing, and also to look at how we can grow the other sectors better. The Council has also decided that the National Food Security Council will very quickly meet to address the issue of food security, food inflation, and also provide a plan and some methods in which we can reduce the cost of food to support improved food prices for the citizens.
Well, thanks for being there. Now let's look at the Flour Mills dividend. Flour Mills Nigeria PLC has approved a total dividend of 8.8 billion naira for the 2022 financial year, as against 6.8 billion naira recorded in 2021. They made this disclosure at the Analyst Investor Call Conference to review its first year 2022 results. The dividend presents 2.15% naira per share, a 30% growth over last year, compared to an 18% growth in the financial year of 2021 and 17% growth in financial year of 2020. According to the company, Flour Mills Nigeria PLC in financial year 2022 demonstrated solid performance across food, agro-allied and support segments, delivering top-line growth of 57% in the fourth quarter and 51% in financial year 2021, behind strong volume growth and favorable mix. Profits before tax stood at 41 billion naira in 2022 from 37 billion naira in 2021. Profits for the year was 28 billion naira in 2022 from 26 billion naira in 2021. Total assets of the Flour Mills Nigeria PLC in the financial year of 2021 hits 667 billion naira in 2022 from 544 billion naira in 2021. Well, there's a big story right now that Titan Trust Bank has taken over Union Bank. Titan Trust Bank PLC has brought to closure the deal enabling to purchase a controlling stake in Nigeria's second oldest lender, the Union Bank of Nigeria, in a regulatory filing against almost half a year after an agreement was reached by the both parties. The lender, backed by the former Central Bank of Nigeria Deputy Governor Tunde Lemo, set out to acquire 89.4% interest in Union Bank from a pool of stakes from existing major investors, including British Virgin Island-based Atlas Mara and Union Global Partners Limited, but later upped the stake to 93.4% rather. The ownership transfer excludes Union Bank UK, a subsidiary of Union Bank of Nigeria, which has also been sold off, with the proceeds of the dividends of the divestment to all the shareholders of the latter, that's the Union Bank, as of March 4th, 2022. Even though no mention of it is made in the statement, there are speculations that a name change could follow soon. Well, according to reports, in the spirit of the change of ownership, the members and staff of Union Bank are beginning to exit the bank. Right now, let's look at the cryptocurrency market. It looks like the bearish market is hitting all sectors of the cryptocurrency space, including those that are in charge of and responsible with the responsibility of validating transactions and maintaining the network integrity of the Bitcoin network. Data from Compass Mining reveals that Bitcoin miners are selling off their mined tokens as the tumbling prices of Bitcoin eases profit margin for these miners. This comes at a time when capital markets are becoming less friendly, with major indexes officially entering a bear market, having lost 20% or more this year alone. Well, according to Compass Mining, a Bitcoin mining service company revealed that miners float exchange have reached their highest point since January 2022. Mining Bitcoin has become less profitable, and the price of crypto has trended downwards since the start of the year, with popular mining machines like Bitmains at miners S9 becoming money losers at electricity prices of 6 cents per kilowatt per hour. Struggling miners who would prefer not to shut down their rigs can look to raise capital in debt or equity markets or sell off their Bitcoin holdings. Well, we can't end the program today without looking at the Nigerian Stock Exchange reports. The Nigerian Stock Exchange Limited extended losses to 4 consecutive sessions as the sellout in Nigerian breweries and 25 other stocks drags the all-share index further by 0.3% to close at 52,815.78 points. Similarly, the overall market capitalization value lost 85 billion naira to close at 28,474 trillion naira. The downturn was impacted by losses recorded in medium and large capitalized stocks, among which are the Nigerian Breweries, Airtel Africa, Zenith Bank International, International Brewers, and the Champion Breweries. Ella Lakes PLC recorded the highest price gain of 9.62% to close at 3.42 naira. PZ Cousins Nigeria followed with 9.57% gain to close at 12.60 naira. While Sovereign Trust Insurance, Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, as well as the Aluminium Extrusion joined the top gainers charts. On the other hand, the Royal Exchange led the losers chart by 10% to close at 90 kobo per share. Global Spectrum Energy Services, Champion Breweries, FCMB Group, International Breweries shares also depreciated at the close of business day yesterday. In all, the total volume of trades fell by 7.08% to 274.429 million units, valued at 4.028 billion naira and exchanged in 5,011 deals. Well, at this point, we call it a day on Business 360 today. Join us again on Monday for more information in the business world. I remain Edidion Martin. Thanks for watching.